What's going on, people? I hope all of you are doing absolutely fantastic out there. My name is Aaron and welcome to UX Crypto. And today, yes, it's all about how the hell you get 100x. And I am going to be breaking this stuff down, take it from someone who's actually done it before, right? And I can show you I have done it before, and I'll show you the tactics, all right? But if you are looking forward to see how you can get that, smash that like button, subscribe if you want to try and get to that point. And I'll get you through here and we'll see each other at the top. So with no further ado, let's get into it. And where are we right now in the current market? So this is Bitcoin, right? And I'm just giving you a little bit of analysis on Bitcoin to show you how you can get there, all right? So what I've actually done at this current moment is broken down a little bit of each cycle. So for example, cycle one, all right, we broke all-time high, and obviously we broke all-time high last week. If you're watching this at another point, it will be different. You can still use this data. So this is the first halving ever, right? So we obviously had a halving, and then afterwards we actually broke all-time high, and then it actually took, how long did it take to get the actual top, right? It took about 115 days, all right? So obviously that's cycle one. Then we obviously topped out, and then we had this massive drop like every other cycle, okay? And then we went and had our halving, and then we broke all-time high. And how long did it take to get to the top? It took 295 days. At the moment, we're like average about 300 days, right? So that was in 2017, around about, obviously halving in 2016, 1 year later, year and up. And then, yes, we took this massive dip again, and you could even say that this is the stage we kind of are at, but we didn't obviously break all-time high then, but now we did, okay? So what happened? We obviously broke all-time high in 2020, and then how long did it take to get to all-time high again, right? And then, sorry, to top out, you could say. And then it was 345 days for the actual top, but if you want to count top one, then obviously this was 142 days. Depends which one you want to count. If you were just going to be consistent with the previous cycle, then you would say 345 days for the actual come in, right? So what can we learn from this? Obviously, you're going to see a trend now. The trend is 300 something, right? Around about from either 300 to 350 days, that kind of area, right? So you can round that to 325 days if you wanted to maybe precise with that. And then now we have broken it. Okay, so we're starting this stage of the market. And this is Bitcoin, and obviously you might be thinking, why am I showing you Bitcoins for 100x's? Obviously, we're not going to get Bitcoin right now in this cycle. I don't think so, right? Unless you're crazy, maybe you think that. But you can use Bitcoin for everything, right? Because Bitcoin is the boss, and it remains the boss, and it's probably going to keep remaining the boss. So, you know, we could actually get some sort of projection of when we top out, right? So if, for example, we say 325 days, around about, let's just go for this, right? From where we broke the top, so that was here, where is that? Okay, so that actually gives us a date. Go down here, a little look off, look, 27th of Jan 2025. So yeah, right, if we were to be consistent with that, then we will have technically a shorter bull run, right? Not where everyone else might think it would be, but it was still in 2025. But yeah, quite interesting, right? Not to say that that is definitely going to happen. But either way, we know there's still a lot of gains to be had, okay, inside of altcoins. If you're looking for 100x You need an altcoin. It's not going to be in Bitcoin unless you're on leverage trading. Then maybe that could happen for you, right? But you know, now we know that, okay? We know certain information. So I'll show you that information. So this last cycle, right? We're looking from here to there. What was this time period, right? So obviously when we broke the time high. And if I'm just looking on the chart, it was November, okay? November 2020, you can see that down there. And you can also see that we topped out November 2021, okay? So we have 1 year from November to November. What happened with altcoins? Let me show you, break that down for you, okay? So I've got 4 different altcoins right now. I'm gonna show you. And here we go. It's November to November broken down on the chart, okay? You can see exactly what happened from November to November. So with this is Cardano, if you didn't know. So Cardano was at 10 cents at November, when obviously Bitcoin broke its all-time high on the last cycle. And then we went all the way up to $3, okay? So that was a 30x just on Cardano, right? And then obviously if you want to hold around the Bitcoin top, it was around $2, so you could say a 20x. But obviously if you got it way, way lower, then it would have made more money, right? As in, but still, doesn't mean the gains are gone from this market. That was just Cardano. But this is BNB, all right? So finance coin, if you didn't know. And look, this is from November to November, okay? So if we were looking at this, we were like, what type price was $31, right? Back then, this is when Bitcoin broke its all-time high, previous all-time high, right? And then we went all the way over to the price of 600 and what's that? 654. So that's getting around about 20x again, right? And these are the top coins, right? They're not like the degen plays. These are the top coins. So kind of crazy, right? Kind of crazy. So let's go to Solana now, all right? Obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of Solana overall, but you know, you can still do pretty good gains inside of this, right? So let's say like it was at $1.88, right? And then we went all the way up to 259, okay? So that is near enough over 200x there with Solana that you could have made if you were paying attention, even after we've broken the all-time high. So, you know, when I'm referring to the all-time high, we were here, right? This is where we were with Bitcoin. And then obviously we got to capitalize on those gains with alts. And you know, here's just one more example, okay, of how this operates again. So look, nothing happens with alts, as we're probably feeling that way in the market right now, right? Not much going on, like a little bit happening with alts, but not that much, okay? At $4.05, right? And then we topped out at around $54, okay? So obviously not the 100x or anything, but just remember, this is the top coins, all right? So this is ranked number 14, for example, right? And also BNB ranked at number 4, right? Cardano ranked at number 9, right? Whoa. So point being, right, is these are just the big boys. You need to dig a little bit deeper, right? Not just the big boys if you want to get those 100x's. So that brings me on to, you know, strategy, okay? So let me just quickly bring this other sheet up now, right? So it's all about risk management. This is something I've made before. And like I showed you with Bitcoin, you know, on average, you might be able to see, you know, maybe a 3x or something away from where we are. So for example, we are at 60K, around about that right now, dollars, right? And when it comes down to looking at that, like, let's say we went to 180,000, okay, by the end of this cycle, not to say we will, but let's say that's the ballpark figure we might be able to achieve. That's a 3x from where you are, right? And also with low risk, okay, because Bitcoin's been trialed and tested, you already know that it has been trialed and tested, so fairly low risk, right? So to achieve millionaire success, right, you wanted to become a millionaire, all right, and you're on your way to doing that, then let's say you had 300K, all right? If you had 300K, then obviously this could be an easy ride for you, because you could make 1.2 mil, right? And at low risk, all right? This is all not financial advice, by the way. This is just my thoughts, my feelings, and all this stuff. So don't take me 100% on this. This is just strategies that I have used in the bull and bear markets, and I've been around in 2016. And obviously, this is my thought process. Okay, so that's obviously something you could do. But as we go to obviously the lower risk, well, higher risk, we could say, because we're going down on this chart now. All right. So, for example, something like Cardano, if we were to use Cardano, let's say, for example, we get a 15x out of Cardano, right? Kind of similar to what I showed you in the last one. The last one was a 30x, right? So obviously, with diminishing returns on Cardano, for example, 15x might be able to be possible. And obviously, if you've been accumulating Cardano even before this video, or like yesterday, the last year, then obviously you're getting a rock bottom prices and might be even better than 15x, right? So yeah, but let's just say you had 80k inside of Cardano. Not to say that you have 80k, right? But let's say you did. Then obviously that could be a full 1.2 mil, right? But obviously we're not at the 100x's yet, are we? Right? This is just about risk management. How can you diversify? And for example, let's just say you want to go further down, right? So we're talking about like a top 50 coin now, right? Something around the top 50s, and render. Okay, so if you haven't seen it, render's doing pretty good. It's the AI narrative and all that. But this is just an example. Let's say just give me render, but let's say you can see a 30x out of render, right? Still very, very good. But obviously applying more risk now, okay? Because obviously render's a new coin to the cycle. It doesn't have data to back this up necessarily. You never know what can happen. There's more risks as you go further down, such as hacks, rug pulls, team members leaving, partners dropping out. All these different things could happen. This is crypto, right? Risky game. So let's say you had 40k to throw somewhere, right? You could make that into potentially 1.2 mil, right? Which would be absolutely amazing. But obviously this is all hypothetical stuff, right? But this is how you can diversify your risk, and I'll show you exactly how you might be able to do that in a minute. And to be able to do this cool, calm and collected, right? I know a lot of other people just try and hype you up, to try and get you to buy their coins or whatever. That's not necessarily how I run, all right? I'm just trying to give you the actual practicality thinking around this, right? So imagine a top 100 coin now, right? Might be able to get you a 50, right? Obviously, this is 8 coin if you didn't know. So obviously in the NFT narrative, metaverse, all that stuff, you could even say gaming at some point maybe. And then let's say you had a 24k budget, right, to be able to throw into something, all right? Then yes, maybe you could make 24k into 1.2 mil, right? So let's just go forward and let's go straight into the 100x's now, okay? 100x's, and yes, we are applying higher risk, okay? And that is how you can potentially get 100x's or even 1000x's, okay? Which is absolutely crazy. And for example, with an 1000x, let's say you only put 1.2k in, right? Then you could potentially get 1.2 mil from that, right? And these are the ones where you're highly likely to lose your ass on, okay? So very cool. This is Nakamoto Games. Not to say you should get this or anything like that. I'm just giving an example of 100 to 400 coin, all right? And this is just breaking it down, showing you how that might be able to be achieved, okay? But one thing I'm trying to point out to you with this, right, is all about risk management, okay? So basically, look, split your risk, okay? Split your risk. This is what I'm trying to say, okay? And how can you do that? Okay, so there's other people who might advise you, or not advise or anything, but other people who would say to you, only have 5 coins or some stuff like that. You probably heard people say that, oh, only have 5 coins or whatever, right? I totally disagree with that. And that is all because of this, okay? So it's all about risk management. And for example, if we go down higher risk, right? And then you go 1000x is 100x plays, the risk is a lot higher for you to get rug pulled or something to go wrong. It's a new project. Like, for example, this is just crypto, and crypto is riskier than normal business. 90% of businesses fail normally, right? This is very much a known fact. Imagine crypto now, right? Loads of them are going to fail. Loads of them are going to be rug pulled, a whole bunch of them, okay? And there's going to be people, for example, teams not doxed, right? Some people I've heard recently, actually, in my Discord, people have been talking about this. Some people who are big influencers telling you to get into projects who are not doxed. I mean, at this point, there's a high chance you're going to get rug pulled if you fall into that trap. I know meme coins are popping right now, but obviously, we're all falling for the hype. For example, the FOMO is real, and that is where you can lose your ass with it, right? So just be careful out there. You need to have a strategy on how to stay calm in this market so you can think clearly. The game is buy low, sell high, and yes, that is how it runs. So anyway, split your risk, okay? So why am I stressing that to you? So splitting your risk, right, will be Okay, so imagine you have 20 of these, okay? So rather than just putting like, okay, 80K, for example, into Cardano, one coin, what if Cardano don't perform, right? What if it doesn't do what it was meant to do? What if something bad happens, right? You've lost your 80K, all right? So what you need to think about is how could you split that up? And for example, let's say you had, well, it wouldn't be 80, but let's say you had 40 different coins at potential of 1000x, right? You only need one to pop up, all right? So you got a 1 of 40 chance to be able to make 1000x, all right? And yes, you would literally, let's say you had 80K, right? Everything else goes to zero, and one pops up and you get 1000x. Who cares? You made 1.2 million and you lost your 80K, right? This is the way you can do risk versus reward. And this is why you should not listen to anybody telling you, oh, only keep 5 coins or 80% into one coin, because they're not. You have to protect yourself, all right? That is what it's all about. And yes, you might not be able to see, let's say, for example, one person did do this, right? Let's say one person put 8K into 1000x project. Let's say they did that, right? But that is a lottery ticket, okay? And, you know, the lottery doesn't happen often to everybody, okay? And it's very, very unlikely that happens. So my thing is, you need to create lower risk for yourself, okay? So hit this bit here. And that is the mission, okay? So diversify, all right? Diversify it. And yeah, one thing is this, so this bit right here is higher risk of scams in this area, okay? Obviously, like I said to you, you could get 80 coins and 79 go to scams or crap, right? One of them does 1000x. Great. So obviously this is what I'm saying. You need help with this, right? How are you going to find those 1000x's or 100x's? Well, that's where I come in. That's where the Patreon comes in and the Discord, all that fun stuff. So I'll break all that down for you. But you know, I'm still not done. All right. So this is the game. Okay. Everyone forgets this, but this is the game. All right. So you know, don't forget what we're trying to do here, right? I understand the FOMO is real. People get hyped, they get lost. Meme coins become a thing, and then people make 1000x overnight with one little meme coin, right? The reality is, most of those are going to be rug pulls, right? Because these are millionaires and billionaires playing with you, and you don't even know it. Okay. So my thing is, right? Be careful out there, and look, the game is buy low. Okay. Pretty simple, right? Buy low, and this is when no one is talking about it. No hype around it, right? You find it for everybody, and then no one's seen it. So I've got a couple of things in my Patreon, right? What are actually in my top 20, and no one's talking about them. And people come in, they're like, "Oh, right, no one's talking about it." It's like, exactly, no one is talking about them. And when they do, then it's game over, man. As in, and what you're going to experience is this. Okay, you buy, right? Like I've been buying in the bear markets and stuff like that. And even now, there's lots of projects what haven't got, like, you know, hype around them, for example, right? And then you experience this, okay? You let the narrative play out, okay? And then it goes, and you might make 100x, right? Or 1000x, or less, or whatever, right? But either way, you let these projects and you know, games, whatever, AI project, whatever it is, right? Let them play out, okay? Don't just sell too early because you just bought something quickly and went up with it, right? Like, you know, be patient, right? Be patient. So then that's where sell comes in. And then, yeah, sell high, right? The game is so high. The dumb money is buying it, okay? Don't be the dumb money, be the smart money. And this is where this brings this in, okay? So this is innovation adoption curve. If you don't know, I'm actually a UX designer / researcher by trade, and I've been doing that for 12 years. So I'm using my techniques inside of product design. And I've actually had apps go to #1 in the UK before, and I've worked with a ridiculous amount of big clients before. So yeah, I think I know a thing or two about products, okay? And this is where, for example, this comes into my cheat sheet as well. But either way, look, this is where we want to be doing stuff. So for example, we want to buy around here. So the tech enthusiasts, right? The visionaries, all these people are buying early, okay? And then you could say, look, new technology makers, tech products and application makers. So these are the people who are like early in, the people who are watching. And for example, my channel, I've not got like a majorly big subscriber count, right? Obviously, you've probably seen there's people who are way higher in that. That's cool. You know why? Because I like to be this guy right here, right? I like to be here, okay? And I like all my audience to be here. So if you are not subscribed and you know you're thinking about it, you want to be there, then subscribe, man, because this is what I'm about. And obviously, this is what we're doing on our Patreon. We've got a group of people now who are doing the same type of thing as me, all inside. We're just trying to find gems all day, because that's what we think like. So yeah, this is why I placed myself in this area. And I don't care to be a majorly big YouTuber or whatever it is, because the reality is, this is what they're catering to, right? They're catering to these type of people, and these are the people you'll be selling on, right? Have you not noticed how the market, what moves? So these bigger channels, they're talking about, for example, coins which are like the top 10, the top 20 in crypto, like these type of coins. They'll talk about it when it's already gone into like the actual like top market cap, right? And already that maybe you get 5x from listening to that person. But like, you have to take on a bit of more risk if you're gonna get 1000x or 100x, right? So the whole thing applies to YouTube as well, right? Or who you're watching, all this other stuff. Take a bit of risk. So yeah, but that's the game, all right? And this is psychology of a market, it's psychology of product adoption. So yes, definitely you can use this in your lives, and don't be this guy. Don't be these people, all right? And these are the people, for example, in your barbershop, they start talking about crypto because they finally realize that maybe this is a good thing, right? Or for example, the news, even, right? The mainstream news started talking about it, and then people hear about it in the news, right? So, just be aware of how psychology works, right? And then that helps you inside the market. Patience as well, big thing. So, if you are actually interested about strategy, okay, then obviously check out my actual Patreon. The link is in the description. And what do you get though, right? So if you were to join business class, and I'm still the cheapest guy out here, okay, then this is what you get, okay? So you get business class, you get top 20 projects, and I've reviewed over 170 projects now, and been using it and reviewing them with this strategy, okay? So this has been a great strategy for me and doing very, very well in this market, and of course, hopefully all you guys are as well. But I've been here since the bottom of Bitcoin bottom, right? And I've been buying the bottoms for the last, this is the third cycle, right? So I entered the market 2016, buying that bottom, bought the previous bottom, and then obviously now I've been buying this bottom. And yes, been letting them ride and having a great time inside of crypto. So yeah, I review on patents. So I'm checking the project, does it have patents, right? Also, I am checking the team and advisors. So do they have people who have good work experience? I'm mostly looking at the founders of the project, because these are the people who are pivotal to the project. And then also I'm looking at advisors. So who is the movers and shakers inside this? Obviously we do have employees, for example, you could look at, but they're not as important as the main people, because people leave, right? Partnerships, okay, partnerships are very, very important. Obviously we're seeing, can they do something with another project to be able to like integrate tech, like loads of different idea is very important, right? So obviously AI being a trend right now, right? Is the idea strong? Is the narrative strong? Also, what are they doing inside that idea, right? So a lot to think about there. Also, website, obviously being a UX designer, review your website pretty well, right? Also, this is the front of the whole business inside of crypto. So if the website the parts won't come. If the website's really it will come. It is the front of the business. The actual product, what they making, right? So that's what we're looking at. You want to see, have they got a great product? Can it be something revolutionary? Or is it just amazing? Like a game, for example, right? Social media, what's going on in social media? Are people talking about it? And also, how many followers they've got, interaction around that. That's what we look at there. And coin utility. So coin utility, what can you actually do with this coin, right? Why have a coin in the first place and being crypto? So this is important too, right? All these things are inside of my actual strategy. And yeah, I currently have over 170 coins reviewed. So yes, absolute beast. I've been doing this for a long time now. So it's good, and I hope to actually see you inside of the Patreon. But inside of this, right, we've got a whole bunch of stuff inside the Patreon. So also do buy alerts. So you can get buy alerts from me. You can check my portfolio. Also, recently I have added 12 Bitcoin sell indicators combined. So this is how we can sell at the top, okay? And this will be Bitcoin's top. But also have 5 altcoin sell indicators combined for altcoins, so we know when to get out of altcoins as well, right? Also a great community, so the Discord group, this is where all of us are on the same mission. We're all on the same mission, and we're all trying to get to the top. And yes, this is where great gems get published to us. It's not just me looking for gems in there, now we've got a whole bunch of people doing it as well, which is great. Okay, so and obviously I'll be doing more reviews in there. and yeah, you get all kinds of benefits. So I hope that's helped you and guided you on how this market can play out. And here's a little bit of a little preview of how some of these strategies, sell indicators are. So just showing you the confidence level and all that fun stuff. And yeah, where you should be paying attention. It's all good finding the gem, but when you get out, right? So that is how I would approach my strategy. But yeah, that is a quick one from me. All right. So I hope that you have enjoyed this. And yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go quick. I've got some meeting in a minute. But yeah, I hope I've given you some great benefits inside of this. And you know, you're looking at the market a little bit differently. All I'm saying to you is just be patient out there, and you know, get them gains. Hodl the good bags, right? Don't hodl the crap ones. I know some people love meme coins or that, but the reality is, look at that back testing results of that. There's probably 3 meme coins what I've done absolutely amazing, and probably the rest of them are 0. Okay, but with other projects, right? We're talking about good technology projects and all that. Then, and even could say games or whatever you want to talk about, right? There's a higher chance of them staying around, and you can hold them and ride it till the end. Okay. If I don't see you, obviously, I will definitely see you at the top for sure. And if you're new, press that subscribe button right there, okay? And press that like button and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Sorry I couldn't get to your comments this time. Got a bit of rush time, but either way, I hope to see you at the top. So, you know what it is. Anyway,